How does this, congratulations, how does that make you feel, being on the cover of TV Guide?
It's great. It's pretty awesome. I can't believe we've only aired like 9 episodes and we already have like a cover of TV Guide, which is pretty cool.
You guys, so the show is red hot.
Yeah, well, we've been very lucky. I mean, a lot of people have like picked up with it really quick. So.
Yeah, and does that make you more pressure on you guys, or what?
I don't know. I mean, I think like it just makes us that much happier and prouder of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't really like to think about it because I think if you stop and think about, God, that many people are watching your show, then you're going to get caught up in it.
And when are you going to start renegotiating, all you guys?
I think it's a little early on to be thinking about that.
Now, where did you started in soaps, or did you start stuff before that?
No, I started doing theater in New York. I started when I was like 8 or 9, I guess. I was just going to public school. I'm the only one in my family who acts. And then, yeah, I just started doing theater, and it progressed to film, and then I did a lot of film, and now I'm doing TV.
And then were you in soaps?
I was. When I was living in New York, I did like one-off episodes on All My Children. So.
Yeah. And how did that go?
It went well. I don't remember much. I mean, I literally had the smallest role on the show. It was just to like get the background work on working on a TV show. So.
How did you get the OC?
I did like 1 episode on Fastlane, which was a show that McG makes. I just did like a guest appearance show. And then I just got to know like Josh Schwartz and Stephanie and everything through that. And so then I ended up doing this.
Now, is your character, isn't there some controversy? Is she a good girl or a bad girl on the OC?
I guess Marissa's like a bit of both because, you know, she's considered like the good girl next door. But then, you know, she's not really that wholesome, it turns out, because she does get involved in like drugs and sex and stuff like that.
I think the girl next door, I think, has changed over the years. It's kind of evolved. So your character does drugs.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say like regularly, but she does overdose in the 6th episode. She gets really, she gets really depressed occasionally, and sort of like, you know, goes a bit too far. But
always funny.
She's a good girl at heart.
Good old joke. And then what else does she do? That's naughty.
I don't know.
I mean, does she date a lot of guys, or what's going on?
Well, no, she's sort of like, the premise is she's had like one guy she's dated for like years, like the jockey boy in school who she dated since she was like in middle school, I guess. And then she breaks up with him and she meets this like new boy in town who she kind of falls for.
And the writers of the show, do they have all these wonderful ideas for you guys to push the envelope, or what?
You know, I think they don't think about that too much, like ahead of time. But I think that we like to. I mean, if we can, what we can, you know, do on television that's still like appropriate for people to be watching and teenagers to be watching, you know? Because there's sort of like a role model thing that you don't want these teenagers to be totally crazy. But we want to keep it real for kids.
Don't forget that. Role model, you know? Now, the name Mischa. Is that's Russian?
It's Russian or Polish. It's actually a boy's name. It means Michael. But my parents just liked it. There's no Russian in my family. I'm half Irish, half English.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They just liked it? They just pulled it out of the hat?
Yeah, they just liked it and they thought it was unique.
And where were you born?
I was born in London, but raised in New York since I was like 4.
Yeah, did you hear about Prince Charles?
I did watching the show, actually. I had no clue.
You don't live there anymore. It's okay. So you grew up in New York.
Yes,
and the parents were supportive of you being an actress?
I don't think at first, they're very supportive, my mom especially, but I don't think anyone in my family really had any idea what they were getting into, you know, because it takes a lot of traveling and long hours, and I don't think they understood. Otherwise, they might not have let me do it.
And do they like the OC?
They do, actually. My little sister's like my toughest critic, actually really likes the show. She's 15, so I figure, you know, if she'll watch it, then maybe other 15-year-olds will too.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be a bummer if the folks, you know, you finally got a show and they
and they were like, it's horrible.
It's a horrible show. It's lame.
I was kind of worried about that.
Why in the 6th episode you OD'd, you know? It's like, that's a bummer.
I know.
So you're only 17. Are you still in high school?
Yeah, I am. I go to school in New York when I'm in New York. Otherwise, I just get sent my work and I send it back to them.
Oh, so you can cheat, obviously, right?
No, I have like a tutor when I'm in LA, and then when I'm in New York, I actually go to my classes.
Okay, and are you gonna? So you film or you tape the show out here in LA?
Yeah, in Manhattan Beach.
Right, and then so how often do you get back to New York? And you go to school all the time, or what? You're gonna graduate?
I did when I was in New York. I mean, I already graduated, so I work as an adult. Like I've already got my high school diploma. I do this so that I can go to college, like a good college.
And you're really a mathematician? Is that your specialty?
No. Math is like it's such a nightmare for me. I'm not good at it. Yes.
What do you think why do you think that is?
I don't know, but I think anyone who I don't know. I guess I was just better at the arts always. Like, you know, I like to read and write, and I didn't take to it. So that's how I ended up finding acting.
Did you find it very boring, math?
Yes, very boring.
Yeah. And you struggle on all those.
I would say so sometimes.
Yeah. Watch your accountant, by the way. Watch those guys.
So
can you as far as creativity, you like writing and you like reading and all that stuff?
I do. Yeah.
And then what about cooking?
I like cooking. Cooking's good.
It's kind of a lost art, I think. A lot of the women nowadays don't cook, but do you cook at all?
My father really likes to cook, actually. So everyone in my family cooks. So yes, I do. I mean, a little bit.
Right. That's good. I think that's wonderful. I just love when people can cook. All right, the OC Wednesdays on Fox, 9 p.m., and it's going very well. Nice to see you.
Thanks.
Okay. Mischa Barton.